merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
With respect, my lady.
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Teofredi? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us. This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished—
If you would be so courteous, I would—
With respect, my lady.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the talk of all Serene.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Sir de Sade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
As if you would know what it is like to be a parent. You are far too young to understand the way we feel.
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness will be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in this story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell. Locked.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
any idea who I am? Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
It's not possible just now. It's blocked.
Posters we posted, someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster. He's making a great...
To my help! And death to the others!
You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Sworn through is your head.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Be back soon, Captain.
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
If you wore a Naught uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in. Unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know,
Have no fear.
I was hoping you would go back on your decision.
Are you referring to your non...
Yes, I am. Then we would only have one problem.
I suppose I do owe you something. But don't get rough with the guards.
Be back soon, Captain.
But I still don't see Constantine at your...
Don't worry.
I certainly hope so.
What will be your official...
Come, but I am there, but also your help.
It's always a privilege. I need to be leaving. I've quite...
Come on, show some grit, damn it! Come on, show some grit, damn it!
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move.
Very well. I'm going.
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along.
Did you hear the bell?
The bell? Of the port authorities?
Of course. We're not in Teleme, you know. You better get going. The harbour master is ringing it. All the Nauts must rendezvous at the port authority immediately. Must be something serious.
Damn, we didn't hear either. We're done for. Come on, we need to move fast.
Be off with you. I'll watch over the warehouse in your absence.
The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Well now, can we get going?
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did Allow me to congratulate you.
You are correct, Excellency.
It is a station of The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you. I only regret...
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping...
Tell me more about it.
Very well. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of... But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile heart. We would consider it a tremendous favor if...
Heresy is not a crime in Serene, but I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments.
The Prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would... For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with us.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be... If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then I'll look into this and see what I can... Could you tell me anything about Thélème?
It would be a pleasure. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder, and give thanks each day to the Luminous. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual...
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided... The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith, and but other, more... They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily, but their differences are purely theoretical, and do not threaten...
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, we appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle... Thanks to your support, the congregation is our most precious ally. That heresy is tolerated, and that your treaty...
How is Thélème faring on Tearford?
We built a marvelous city. Did you know that certain historians believe that our missionaries there are a multitude? Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end. And we have tremendous hopes that
How goes the conflict with the Bridger?
Your territory is, alas, the only... We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. These so-called savants not only refuse the light...
And on Tearford?
The bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hand... Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission.
I must be going. Farewell.
May the light...
Your Excellency.
Lordus, I have been told that you were named legate. Those are great responsibilities, but you will bring honor upon your family.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. Well, then, that is a pity. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations.
You seem slightly hesitant.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble.
Do people actually give credence?
Alas, yes. They snatch up, as you can well imagine. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased. The man operates in the city center.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the greatest of our cities. Al-Saad became the capital, and a council formed from the different... This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites, but our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also and of course, exchanges. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim each day we push the limits of our...
Could you give me your understanding of the
Our relations hang essentially... The exchanges are very profitable. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between... It is by all means a respectable position, even...
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tirfredi for much longer than...
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you it is a luxurious island. An enormous... The vegetation is extremely varied. We discovered animals that we had. Some are bigger than houses. But they're savage and crude people also live. But you shall discover all of this.
And what of your war with Tele?
It has been dragging on. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent... But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether...
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Teleme has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our... Direct conflicts are, in fact, quite rare.
I need to be going.
Goodbye.
Whatever you need, come to me. Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want...
In this day and age, I can't blame you.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But, as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But, if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell...
As a man of science, I consider skepticism, and in your case, it is not skepticism.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
And death to the others!
You're running out of energy. Drink a...
Have you finally made up your mind?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense...
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us?
This bullying is trying my patience.
You refuse to taste...
You might have put something in it to cause me...
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes...
And you dare challenge me when you have just...
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those...
Yes, no, You don't have the right!
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob?
I'm neither deaf nor blind.
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imp...
That doesn't surprise me. I understand if you don't believe me after all that. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you...
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and... Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those...
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they...
But you could just as easily produce real healing...
You don't understand. I fled. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use this experiment...
I don't have a choice, but it does...
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered...
I ran tests on myself for such a long time. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent... The mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal...
Your methods don't seem so different than those of you...
I don't torture people.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let you...
So...
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise...
I swear it.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Please listen, I beg you.
If you want him to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like everyone else.
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me? It's not money I want. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words. We're gonna hang him high. And you too.
How absurd. I'm the one who...
Well, in that case, help us catch him.
He's trapped. He'll have to...
And so you plan on waiting here? I do not advise that. All of you drank one of those potions.
You're right, we did. Tasted of death.
As for me, I only drank a few drops.
Alas, you need only drink a terrible side effect. The symptoms appear...
What?
Everyone. Except, of course, those going to see a doctor to receive...
What are we gonna do? The doctor costs a fortune.
Listen to me, everyone. I know...
That charlatan will just have to wait to...
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without...
Very well. What power of persuasion?
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serena.
I owe you my life, sir.
I remind you to never step...
I have no desire...
Your Excellency.
Lord
I tracked down your man near the coin...
Finally!
Let's just say I put an end to his activity. Matters turned out a little more... He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern. All the same, you have nothing to fear.
We'll eventually catch... Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will soon cross the shores of... Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to...
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Good...
find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need.
So you're back. Right then.
We can guarantee that you're...
Thank you.
The cargo shall make the voyage.
That shall be your next mission. Once he will give you new instructions. Until then.
Are your boots worn through? Is your hat out of style?
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin?
Have no fear.
Have you seen anyone wandering about?
Take a look around. There are far too many. As long as they don't try and get on my ship. That said, we did catch ourselves a
smuggler. Maybe he...
In the port jails. Might I ask you, why the sudden interest in...
Nothing to bother yourself about.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the same a couple of the ambassadors of Teleme's men have been looking for now.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to... And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but the port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nauts. No one else.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
I've seen a few...
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nord. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me, but you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
I don't have the key. Locked. I don't have the key.
Come on now. Let me out. You promised. Please.
It's blocked.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition, then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Thélème so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it?
Our work concerned the teaching.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned.
The very same. His writing was carefully.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway.
And?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his. But the text that we discovered was.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth.
It was written in black and white. And there...
I understand now what that text is. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a...
The sacred texts are always difficult to
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But
by entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken...
That would be better than being...
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could... forget...
Oh,
We have signed already an abjugation stating we were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text.
It served no purpose.
I see. Well, you have no other choice.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin. If he can be persuaded to offer you a...
Your goodness honors you.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to... Stay here. Your Excellency.
Lord Dis...
I would like to talk to you about a rather...
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery, and it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his...
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the...
Without a doubt. And that's why these...
We are willing.
At the port of Serene.
Very well. I shall send an escort him...
I need to be going.
Goodbye.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart. Good day, Excellency. It pains me to inform you...
Curse them!
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my...
The bridge. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly. We have nothing else to do but pray...
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide...
There are some days when you'd rather get drunk all day than have to suffer from this again.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress!
Constantine, it's me!
My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fight.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure. If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already settled the books.
Really now? What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
selection. Whatever you need.
Sir?
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir-Fredi. I'm enchanted.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness.
Are you ready?
We should be able to set sail with the tide.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that if you have any farewells to make or any final business...
No, my house is in order. We are
perfect.
I am so eager to discover Tir-Fredi. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nauts even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Nauts are strange, but they're not idiots.
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, piss-distilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need routes! We must contain it!
Come now, let's lend them a hand.
Watch out! Take a step back, sir!
Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Gentlemen!
Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Stations, lads! Wear anchor and ready her to wear! Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
What a charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... Indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you were quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Nords. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
Not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are! To your health. Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need. Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
I've been scullied.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services. I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service, for a while. Desarde, can I do anything for you?
You seem to be mad at me for some reason. Do you still...
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Did my charm make you change?
And I was starting to believe that you were different. Did you want anything else?
How did you become a Nort?
As you may have guessed, I was given to the Norts when I was a little child. I think I was originally from the Congregation. I took my first steps on the deck of a ship. Did you want anything else?
I must leave you.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I must leave you.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
I need a bit of practice.
You'll find all you need.
Excellency. Well, it is an immense honor.
What might I do?
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Closer, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent. Tier for alcohol.
Atoy. Sien sradi dau quint. Da degudach me in.
Attention, soldier!
Let me pass. I must see the chief of your village. Whatever could be so funny?
Now, who would you be to seek an audience with the governor?
I am Siora, daughter of Vladimir. My mother is Amal, the chief of our clan. I am here as an emissary of my people, and I must see your chief, your governor.
So you are a princess, then?
A what?
Let her pass! Your Majesty, I shall present you to the governor. Come.
Princess, Majesty, you are most confusing. But thank you for your help.